The Symphony of the Meadow. In a secluded corner of the earth, far beyond where most travellers tread, there existed a vast meadow cradled by rolling hills and crowned by the open sky. The meadow stretched wide, its grasses swaying like an endless sea of green, kissed by the gentle touch of the breeze. Wildflowers of every hue dotted the landscape, blues as soft as a robin's egg, yellows as bright as sunlight, and purples deep as twilight. The air was sweet with their scent, and the ground beneath them was soft and rich, holding the echoes of countless seasons that had come and gone. The meadow was alive, though its life was not marked by noise or haste. It hummed with the quiet persistence of nature, a steady rhythm that carried through the blades of grass, the fluttering wings of butterflies, and the rippling call of the brook that traced its way through the heart of the field. Everything in the meadow had its place, and everything moved in harmony. Above the meadow, the sky stretched endlessly, changing its face with the time of day. In the morning it was painted with the pale blush of dawn, its light spilling over the hills like a gentle promise. By noon the sky shone bright and clear, casting a golden glow over the grasses and flowers. As evening fell, it softened to shades of amber and rose, and by night it became a vast expanse of stars, shimmering like jewels scattered across velvet. At the edge of the meadow, an old oak tree stood tall and steady, its roots deep in the soil and its branches reaching high toward the heavens. The tree had witnessed more seasons than any other part of the meadow, its bark bearing the marks of time and its leaves whispering softly with the wind. From its highest branches, birds sang melodies that wove themselves into the fabric of the meadow's song. The brook that ran through the meadow added its own voice to this symphony. Its water sparkled in the sunlight, tumbling gently over smooth stones, weaving through the grasses and feeding the wildflowers along its edge. The brook's journey was endless, yet it never hurried, content to follow its winding path through the land. Though the meadow seemed serene, it was not untouched by change. Each season brought its own gifts and challenges. In spring, the rains fell steadily, soaking the earth and coaxing new life from the soil. The grasses grew taller, the flowers bloomed brighter, and the air buzzed with the energy of renewal. Summer brought warmth, the sun lingering high in the sky and filling the meadow with light. The brook ran slower, its waters warmed by the golden rays, and the grasses stood tall and proud, their seeds carried far by the wind. Autumn arrived with a gentler touch, painting the meadow in shades of gold and rust. The wildflowers bowed their heads, their petals drifting softly to the ground, and the oak tree let its leaves fall one by one to join the rich carpet of the earth. Winter, though quieter, was no less beautiful. Frost kissed the grasses, turning them to silver, and the brook became still, its surface a mirror reflecting the pale light of the sky. The meadow rested, gathering its strength for the seasons to come. The meadow did not resist these changes, nor did it cling to what had passed. It understood that each moment was part of a greater cycle, and it welcomed the transformations with quiet acceptance. In the stillness of winter, the meadow held the seeds of spring. In the heat of summer, it carried the memory of cool rains. Each season shaped the meadow in ways that were both subtle and profound, weaving together a story of growth, resilience, and renewal. The oak tree, standing steadfast at the meadow's edge, whispered this lesson to the wind: what is taken will return in time, and what is given will find its place. The meadow remained ever-changing, yet constant in its quiet strength. Its grasses swayed with the wind, its flowers turned toward the sun, and its brook continued its endless journey, always moving, always singing. As the stars rose high above the hills, the meadow fell into a deep and peaceful quiet. The oak tree stood watch, its branches stretching toward the heavens, while the brook murmured softly beneath the moonlight. And in that stillness, the meadow rested, cradling its beauty, its wisdom, and its song. An eternal reminder that life's greatest strength lies not in resisting change, but in embracing it, knowing that each moment is part of a greater symphony.